You ready for this?
Ready.
Ready? So ready. This is the pinnacle of your whole life, isn't it? Like right here?
Stress.
Good. That's what I was hoping for. This is very important stuff.
It is.
Hi, and welcome to the Track by Track for Open Road. I am Chris Rupp, and this is...
Jaime Aaron.
Ooh, I like it when you use your fancy stage name.
Thank you. I thought about it. I'm like, oh, should I just say my first name? But no. That's my name.
That's right. So what's listed on the album
That's
as?
my name.
So cool.
That is me.
All right. So Jaime and I wrote this almost the entirety of this album. So we are here to talk about it now with you guys, and this is a good trip down memory lane for us because it was 2 years ago that we were here doing all this.
Open Road, baby. Cypress Fire.
Wow.
Featuring me. Awesome.
All right, let's jump into this. Track 1 of Open Road in order was the song...
Open Road.
Wow, we're so witty. This was one of the last ones that we wrote. I remember sitting in Tristan's condo, my sister, and we had done most of these albums. I think I told you I felt I needed one more up-tempo song on this album. And so I just started... Well, a lot of our songs we just started me just banging on the piano until we got a vibe.
Yeah.
Right? And I think this one we finished remotely.
We did?
Yeah, like I think I had this like...
I think we did the hook together.
Yep. And then, so we kind of got the chord structure set. We didn't have maybe the verses or completers things. I remember being at my dance partner Mia's house when we remote zoomed in to go over this 2 years ago.
Crazy. And we had the road map for it. Road.
Hey.
And we had the melodies and everything, and Chris and Tyler and Jeff, they're all going to record it here.
Yeah, we did it earlier.
Right over here. So it was easy enough for us once we had it all like mapped out, just to go back in, tweak it remotely on lyrics that we want, make it perfect, and then you guys laid it all down here. Yeah.
And this song just really encapsulates the whole album. It turned out perfect for the project.
Yeah.
This whole hit the road and just leave your cares behind kind of vibe. Very reminiscent of 70s, 80s Americana.
Very much so.
And the kind of the rock, country rock-ish song on the album too.
Yeah, and we felt like the album really needed that feel and that taste, because we had so many like beautiful, heartfelt love ballads and like heartbreaking ballads, which we'll get to. But Open Road, we needed something that was like this driving, roll down your windows, Tyler's hair in the wind. That's
I love that we got rented an actual Camaro for the music video.
It was
on this.
sick. And we were writing lyrics. We were like, ooh, what is like the perfect car that like Cypress Fire would like to drive? Like,
that also is rhymeable.
That is rhymeable. Camaro.
Did we rhyme Camaro?
Camaro. No.
No, we didn't actually. Okay, but the syllables work well.
Yeah.
And on this one too, I wanted some more extra instrumentation, so I used a company called Sound Better, which you actually work with. We were just talking about
Shout
this.
out Sound Better.
Yeah.
We love you.
And it's where you can find musicians for various things that you need. For example, if you need a vocalist or a songwriter, Jaime's on Sound Better. But I found a fiddle player from Australia.
Yeah, all over the world.
And then the harmonica player was from Amsterdam. And then the drummer was something that one of your producers recommended to me.
Yes, he's amazing.
Yeah, he came down, he drummed for it. So a lot of different pieces coming together in this one. Then we had Chris Chatham do guitar on this. And then I played bass and piano. And
shout out to James. James Wright on the drums.
Yes, James on the drums.
Amazing.
And Chatham came up with a little Eagles references in the harmonies. That was cute.
Yeah, he's so great.
Taking it easy.
Yeah, this one felt really good. And such a perfect title track for the album.
Yeah, whenever I do listen to the album, it just kicks it off. It's such a good note. I love how it turned out. Cool. Moving on to track number 2, Feeling Good. This was one of the first ones we wrote, I think, when we were here for our session.
Yes,
so
in
in 2 years ago, in October, you came out here. I brought you out here for a week.
Yeah.
And this is still kind of coming out of COVID time, so we actually had the time to do that at this point still.
Yeah.
And I had just moved into my house here a month or two prior. And so then Jaime came out, and we just started writing songs. And we'll explain how that even started when we get down to maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
This whole process. But this was one of the first ones, and I think it started with that. In that key. Then we changed, because we always change the key from what you sing it in, so it fits
Right.
Tyler better.
Yeah.
But I think that was the key I started in for that one. We ended up in the final. That's how that ended up being.
Feeling good.
Yeah, just a happy song. We were going for something.
Yeah. Feel good.
Mm-hmm. Deep. I love that.
But literally, that's what we wanted. We wanted something that you can just play, and it's like an easy listening, something that you can just turn on and tune out and just live your best life.
I remember too, I laid down a beatbox pattern for this, for our drums. And that was our groove, and just looped that over and over.
Honestly,
and then played this.
You should release that version with the beatbox.
I don't know. Yeah, I do have like early versions
I
of these.
that.
But yeah, way better. We went the wrong direction.
Early versions of
all these songs.
all of these tracks.
Well, I think the high-level Kickstarter supporters did get a lot of the early demos.
They did.
Yeah. So yeah, this one, another one turned out fun. Chris Chatham helped again on this one. Chris Chatham, by the way, helped out with a lot of the filling out the tracks. So a lot of the harmonies, all the guitar stuff was done by him. So he's a great addition. He came out here for a week as well, and him and I just worked on the whole project to get it done.
Yeah. I wish I was there with you guys.
Oh, you would have had fun. Oh, he's great.
Had so much fun.
Have you actually met him yet?
No.
Oh, okay. He's great.
One of these days.
He's a very quirky fellow.
I like quirky.
Very
fellows.
dry, dark humor.
I like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
One day we will meet.
Yeah. Oh, do you remember when we get to the acapella version? Remember
I
his?
sure do.
We're not gonna talk about that one, but he gets, because he occasionally comes up with some very inappropriate lyrics.
I was very shocked because you didn't give me any
warning.
You're just like, oh, here's a bounce. I'm like, great, so excited. I'm like, what the heck?
What? That's funny though.
It was great. I think that should be another release version.
Oh gosh.
Maybe a few years down the
Oh
line.
yeah, this is the original bass solo from
Definitely
that song.
rated.
Anyway, so yeah, feeling good. Turned out great, super fun. We shot that music video in Orlando. We kind of toured around a bunch of different places.
Oh, yeah.
Lake Eola is where the lake we walked around, and we also did some shots in Winter Garden, which is near me. And just found cool locations and just filmed it.
Yeah, and I love how this one really shows off your 3-part harmonies too.
Mm-hmm. We try to do that in all these.
Feeling
good.
Yes. Chords.
Cool. All right. Track number 3. All we have is time.
This is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this one was also done in Tristan's condo, I believe. We did this one in Open Road.
Oh, yeah.
Up there in the condo.
Yes, we did.
Yep. And again, this is just me just taking a musical idea, and I started, I don't know if this is the key I did back then, but enjoy that dissonance. Yeah, and then we just build off of that, kind of figure out the chorus. And we don't always get it right the first time, or whatever right is. You know, I'll generally try some different things until we're both feeling like, okay, there's something we can work with here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's typically, for the most part, what our process was for most of these songs on the album. That Chris would fiddle around, play around with different ideas, different feels, and then we'd be like, yes, that's the one.
Usually we would have some kind of theme we were going with.
Yes.
For the Feeling Good song, just happy.
Or a line. That was
or
like
line.
already
The go to New York Minute. That was the
Yes.
line. Like, I have this idea. We'll get to that track. We don't want to jump ahead of ourselves, but that was, I have this idea of this phrase, and then let's build something out of it.
Yeah. So
and I wanted to give up on that. Okay, I'm already talking ahead. I want to give up on it. Be like, no, I really like it. So I said, okay. So we.
I loved that one. But that's to come. But so yeah, we would have a spark of an idea, a concept. A lot of the times you would come and be like, this is the idea that I want to either put
Let's write
forward,
something with this theme.
theme or a line, and then we would go chord pattern, typically hook chorus first, and then while you were playing, I'd mess around with different top line melodies, and same thing, we'd kind of go back and forth and
Yeah, we'd
change and
often
adjust.
then we'd get something we'd like, and you would just sing syllables, la da 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 da, la da ba 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 sa ba 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 against that.
Yeah.
And so we'd okay, that's what the melody's kind of be, and then it's like let's actually put some lyrics down to it.
Yeah, so those are called like melody passes. So when you just listen to the instrumental and don't say words, and sometimes words actually come out, and then sometimes we use them later, like a happy accident. But yeah, melody passes, and then we have the melody, we lay down the melody here. So we have the melody pass, we're listening, and then the two of us just write away, and start piecing
mostly
it all
her
together.
at that point. Then she'll I give her like a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and every now and then I'll have an idea that she likes.
Hey, you got great ideas. It's a very collaborative process, which I love.
So yeah, all we have is time, and that one it's special to me. It reminds me of like past relationships, of that whole that's the summer, all the imagery we put in that song.
Yeah.
Really,
the way that your
special.
Head catches the morning
And
light.
your hands in mine, it's just the fingers intertwined. Yeah.
Just like love, endless love.
And the music video for this one was super cool because we shot that in Winter Garden, and that's where we were last night. Winter Garden. That's where the bar was we were at. And I had my dance partner Mia. She danced it with me, so we did our West Coast swing dancing to the song.
It was beautiful.
Which was a really interesting trick on that too, because the song is just as itself is a little bit slow for West Coast swing. So we did a little camera trick where we sped the song up 33% or whatever the number is, and then we dance to the faster version, and then when we slow it back down to 24 frames per second, it syncs up with the actual audio. So we kind of look like we're floating a little bit because we were actually dancing it faster. But it syncs up perfectly on time and everything because that's the way the math works out. So.
Cool.
Yeah, neat little trick. If you look carefully, all the dance scenes, like the water in the waterfall, looks a little bit off. It's just falling a little bit slower than it should.
I'll have to look.
But then if you watch it, like singing on the water fountain, it's the normal speed.
It's normal.
Yeah. Yeah, neat little trick how it worked out. We also shot that one at like 6:30 in the morning because we had to be there before anybody else was around as best we could.
Early.
So yeah, it was early. So some of the early dance shots too, you can tell the sun isn't up as much, more purple in the coloring before we got full daylight.
Beautiful.
Yeah, all the little tricks, secrets behind the scenes of the filmings. It's unfortunate not every one of these has a music video yet, so I can't talk about all of them, but they're getting close. We almost have them all.
We have a lot. This next one.
All right, track number 4.
Great music video.
Yes. Why? Was there somebody in it that was special?
Us.
You.
Me. Heatbox.
Yeah.
Featuring Heatbox.
All right, in track 4.
Tristan.
Sister 4. Tristan. Introvert's Anthem. This one.
Was wild.
Yeah, I don't remember the process of this. I kind of liked the Sam Hunt House Party song. I'd covered that with Home Free years ago. I always kind of liked that vibe. So the chorus kind of has that vibe that we're kind of going with. And then the pattern, what keys is in here? It's a fun chord structure noise.
Yeah.
And we built that for the verse. And I remember us working through that, trying to make that work.
Yeah. And I remember you were playing me the Sam Hunt song, and then when you played that for me, it got me thinking about Alessia Cara's song "Here." I'll be over here, oh here, and it's about this girl who is at like this big party, and she's just like, "This isn't my scene. Like, don't talk to me." And then we were thinking, it could be so much fun to flip like this party anthem on its head and do something completely different and write the introvert's anthem. So an anthem for, people that don't want to be there. And what's so funny is when we were writing this, there's definitely like a part of me, I feel like I'm both.
Sure.
I love
Most
being an
people
introvert
are.
and I love my own silent time. And when we were writing it, we were also thinking about like how people would take the song and if they would relate to it. And I feel like after this has been released, so many people have told us like, that song is
That's
me.
me. That's me.
That's me. I'm the person at the party. So this one was really, really fun to write because we could just be like silly and
whatever little scenarios we can come up with in our head.
Yeah.
And it evolves too. Like this is one too where Jeff contributed some too, because Jeff would always kind of come into the very end and do his fresh take on our music and lyrics. And if he said something like this line isn't hitting me, even though we were invested in it, we're like, yeah, we love this line.
Which
but
line?
the
chorus.
The chorus.
An important part.
And I, to be fair, I had said I had questions about this, and you were like, I love it, and then we'll see what the people say. And then sure enough, that was one of the people that came back. Because the original chorus was stand right up or get right up or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it was like, keep the party going. And then people were like, introverts wouldn't be like, woo! They'd be, no, sit down. So then we changed the whole lines to be sit right down.
Right down. Yeah. And it's so important to, we're like so dialed in when we're writing and we're so in the world that having somebody who's in it and a part of it and having that fresh perspective is everything, because they can see things that we
get so
aren't
used to
seeing.
the same line and concept that it makes perfect sense to us, but someone treating it for the first time, like, I don't get that. that was really clunky. And like, crap.
Like,
all right.
thank you.
Yep.
Noted.
Let's revisit it and stuff. And the video for this. Oh wait, back up again. So the Heatbox edition, we had talked. I think you and I early on, like having a guest rapper on this would be neat, whatever that might be. And I'm trying to figure out who would do this, and that also fits us and our vibe too.
Yeah.
You know, some of the more hardcore hip hop people would not make sense for us. It would be really a forced combination. And then I don't remember what came to me, but Heatbox, who is a guy I've known for 20 years. He's been a big friend of Home Free all the time too, because he was good friends with Rob back in the day. And he's just a quirky guy. He did a couple things with 7th Ave back in the day too. And I just thought he'd be perfect. So I messaged him and he said, yeah, I'd love to do it. And he came up with those lyrics. My favorite one was The Dog.
Me too.
That was, I died when I heard
so
that.
good.
And then we got everybody down for the biggest video Cypress Fire has done yet, for sure.
How many people do you think were there?
25, 30 total
It felt
people?
like a lot more.
Well, we did a very good job with the camera angles to make it seem like more.
Yeah.
But we filmed that at my friend Noah's dad's house in West Palm Beach area. And I actually have filmed a video there before. 7th Ave did one, Christmassy tune. I'll link to it here just so you can reference it, where we filmed in that house. So I've been there before, I've already seen it, and I thought this would be perfect to have that house party because it has that outdoor pool area too to kind of get that vibe
We
going.
had pole dancers.
Pole dancers.
We had mermaids.
That's right.
It was a scene.
Yeah, and all the lights we set up and all the different scenes and scenarios we tried to create, like the whole makeout session upstairs.
Oh my god. I wasn't there when it happened, but I saw it later. I'm like, oh my god, what is happening?
That was our friend Elizabeth.
And you behind the big dog. Like,
Oh yeah.
And then, what was her name? Trixie?
The dog?
Roxanne? Trixie.
Who? For what?
The girl at the end, she's like, hi,
Oh, I'm Marge.
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 Oh my god, why? Her name was Marge.
There's no X. Yeah, because it rhymed. I changed
Trixie?
it. I don't know. I rhymed the change because we didn't have a name there before or something.
Oh, you had
She's from
Marge?
Canada. Marge.
Oh, right.
What was the lyric that rhymes with it? My phone's dead. I have to recharge. Texting my girlfriend Marge.
Marge. Marge is probably the only name that rhymes with charge.
It is. That's why I put it there.
Marge.
That was me.
Marge Simpson. And then Marge makes a cameo at the end.
Yeah, at the very end.
Yeah.
One thing I've loved with the Cypress Fire videos is all of the major videos that we do. I put in all the the outtakes at the end. That's just fun.
That's honestly one of my favorite parts because you really get to see you guys and your goofy
Being all stupid and
demeanors
silly. Yeah.
It's really nice to see.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Reed, who's flying in tonight.
Yeah, we're about to shoot another round of music videos
Yeah.
for Christmas stuff.
Woo! And he shot a good amount of...
Most of these.
He shot Introvert's Anthem.
Open Road, Feeling Good, Always Time, Introvert's Anthem, Home.
He's amazing.
We both win. The only one he hasn't done is New York Mid, because I shot that one. So yeah, he's done them all.
Shout out to Reed.
Yeah. All right, so that was Introvert's Anthem. I think we covered everything. Cool.
We covered it.
Moving on. Track 5! Five.
Home.
Home.
How's home start? Honestly, like, need
With you.
Honestly,
like
I was thinking that was All We Have Is Time.
That's all we have is time.
Oh yeah, let's cut that out.
We got outtakes for these.
It's been a minute. It's been a New
has.
York minute.
Yeah, you sang this one not too long ago. We just released it a couple months ago.
Oh, this one that I sang.
You did. Well, you do. We did 2 versions of the song.
Oh yeah, fuck. I love this one.
Good.
I love this one.
I don't remember our writing process on this one very much, other than kind of wanting to do that R&B style.
Wait, yeah, can you play it a little bit? Yeah. Yeah, like old school, like that classic
4, 5, 6,
R&B.
and 6, 8 too.
Yeah. And so when we were writing this, I became obsessed with it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You love this one.
I loved it so much, and I don't know if that maybe was a little...
Why we did it twice?
Yeah,
Maybe.
You're like, fine, we'll do one with you.
Yeah, I don't know the exact motivation for it, but certainly, yeah, you like this one a lot, and I thought
loved it.
This one, I also thought this would be a great one to be able to do it both a cappella and one instrumentation of it. It's just interesting to see the differences, both as original songs, and how they can be instrumentized differently. One with just voices, one with the parts.
Yeah.
So the first version that we did with Tyler, which is back in this key.
So good.
Yeah. And just sang through the whole song. And that's why I had Chris Chatham. He played the guitar solo in the middle of that one. And he did the vocal arrangement of that one too. Most of that is him hitting that vibe. And it was beautiful. We did the music video for that. Actually was a good friend of mine named Haley came out and was our guest artist for that video, our love interest with Tyler. And the funny thing is, though, we shot it with a different intent in mind. So for the music video, we thought, trying to think, do we just do it straight up, a little love song, and that could have worked. But then I also, for some reason, I was thinking everyone loves dogs. So let's get a dog in the video. And what if Tyler's actually singing the love song to this dog the whole time? It has nothing to do with the girl.
Makes sense.
It does, kind of. I like the little twist on it that way.
And when you sent it to me, I don't
the
even
first
think
version?
you were like...
We didn't use the first version.
No, but it still had the twist in it. And I was like, oh, yes. Like, I loved that flip on it. I thought it was such a cute idea.
It was. Unfortunately, we didn't commit to it enough or do enough to make it work. It just came off as Tyler as a complete jerk, like an abusive boyfriend.
But it worked out in the end.
Yeah, so we cut all of that and just went full on dog,
editing.
loving the dog. And that played better.
Yeah.
It was cleaner. So then Haley didn't seem like just abused, emotionally abused
on
the video.
Like
but it still turned out cute. Love it as always. Which then sets us up for our last track. We're not there yet.
Yeah, this is like the perfect wedding song, I think. Perfect, like, slow dance, and I love, it's true what they say, I fall for you more each day. I'll say it louder.
Some great lines in here.
No,
good lyrics. Whoever wrote those lyrics was really great.
we did it.
Hey.
Oh, that was a bad high five.
I have one other thought. What was I going to say on that one? Hold, we'll cut around this.
And, I mean, we write from a place of... Yeah, go ahead.
So when we do this in the live show, not ruin your thought. When we do this in the live show, just Jeff, Tyler, and I. So I still play the piano on it, and Jeff beatboxes. But then I come in, and we have a cute little bit in the show where then I'll sing the sexy bass line. Yes. And I'll just make fun of whatever's happened in the show up to this point in some way. It's usually pretty funny. But then we always have a joke then that Jeff has a different version that he didn't get to do, and he's very sad about it. It's usually about hot dogs and mayonnaise and mustard or something, and how that just completes a sandwich. And baby, our love is like a hot dog, and it's really ridiculous. But
I never heard that.
Yeah, no, it's probably for the best.
Yeah.
But it does get a pretty good laugh when we do it.
That's good.
Fortunately, it doesn't really convey on this video chat at all.
Next time you guys watch them live,
you'll
learn about the hot dog love.
It's there.
It's real.
I'm going to show you a clip of it when we're done. You're going to say your place of writing from a place of...
Oh, yeah. So we try to write from a place of what we've experienced and what we know. And in this hook, we could fly across the world, but if I'm with you, I feel at home. I feel like this is you a lot too. With the work that we do, we're flying all over the place. And I was just thinking about my personal relationship, and it's like I could be literally anywhere. I could be on the other side of the world. I can be anywhere. But with you is home. It's not a place.
Yeah,
it's a person.
that line for me, I always envisioned it. That's certainly true too. But I always envisioned it as I love this person so much. I don't care where we go or what we do, as long as I'm doing it with you. It's fine. If we're in a hut in Timbuktu or if we're in a penthouse in New York or whatever it is, doesn't matter because we're doing it together.
Yeah, the person that I
love.
Love. All right, next.
Okay, moving on.
This
Six,
is all you.
Country Rains. This one is all me. Okay, so backstory of this song. I mean, you gave thumbs up.
I did absolutely nothing.
You listen to the final master and mixes and stuff.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe. So Country Rains. So if those that know me well, my first solo album I did 8 years ago was called Shine, and on there I did a song called Country Rains, and I had done that with my producer at the time, Darren, and we just vamped and vibed with a song, kind of like how we did. And in my head, I had written most of the lyrics that we use now for Country Rains. But Darren at the time didn't like them. He's like, no, man, these are cheesy. I don't like these lyrics. So I thought, okay, well, I was more insecure at that point in what I'm doing. It's like, okay, well, if you think they suck, then they must suck, and I just moved on from it. So then I brought my other good friend, another Darren actually, who's written a lot of songs with me in the past, and I said, here's a vibe of the song we got, you feeling something? And he came up with the lyrics for that song, which is very cute and creative. It's all about royalty and kings and queens and he just used some nice imagery, and that's what that song turned into. And it was a good song, I was happy with it. But I always still had my original lyrics that I had. So when it comes to doing this album, and just looking for ideas, and I thought, let me revisit this. And if I was going to use these again, what would I do? What kind of song would come out of that? And then I started playing, and then it sort of developed. And next thing you know, we had a full-on song. And the lyrics tweaked a little bit. Jeff had a lot of ideas in this one, and Tyler had a couple too. But ultimately, this was the song I wrote 8 years ago, and finally the real version of it. And still, the tagline of Country Rains was what it had to be. We tried some other options, but just nothing else made as much sense. So even though I already have a song called Country Rains, now I have a second song with the same
Part
title.
2.
Yeah, that is the whole backstory. Now, for this song, we haven't done a music video yet, and I don't know if we will or not.
Time will tell.
Yeah, we want to kind of get to all of them eventually, but it's finding the right vibe. Like this one, we almost feel like it should be like how I did the video for my first Country Rains, like a bar vibe, where we're just jamming on stage and stuff. And putting that together, it'd be fun, but it's tough to put that together. You got to find a place that's able to do it.
Or on a horse lasso.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Thank you for your suggestions.
You're welcome. Anytime.
You contribute a lot.
With a hat.
Yeah, we gotta have a hat.
Country Rain.
Great, cool. Yeah, you didn't write that one.
No.
Okay.
Didn't say I did.
So that's Country Rains. Okay, track number 7. Oh.
Honestly, like
This one.
I can't listen to this one back to back. Like I need to listen to it and then take a break.
So this is the best story of all of them, the album to me at least. So
Yeah, it's
I had
beautiful.
written, there was an article in the New York Times a decade plus ago about a lady who was dying of cancer, who was, I don't know, let's say early 40s. And they had a couple kids, and she knew she was dying, and her husband, she was just a wonderful man. So she wrote an open letter in the opinion column saying, my husband is amazing. I'm not going to be here much longer. I don't want him to be alone. Please somebody find him, essentially. And it's just a powerful letter and thought and experience, and you kind of recoil on the one hand, at the same time, like, oh, that is so self-sacrificing and loving and honest, and it's beautiful stuff. And so I remember when we were brainstorming about song ideas and stuff, throwing that one out to you. We had other songs to work on first, and we'll see what happens. And you kind of thinking like, oh, I don't know how we would do something with that, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like this is such a specific and like difficult story to tell, but I also thought it was an important one for us to do, and I just wanted us to like hold on to it until we had the right vehicle of how to tell the story. Because I just felt like if we did it, we need to do it right.
Yeah, for
or
sure.
else it would have been like, what the heck?
This is lame. And we're also, we're working on, especially the first couple of days, we had a bunch of ideas.
Yeah.
And we just like, okay, we'll do this one, then tomorrow we'll do a different song, and then we'll just get to down the road. And I don't think we weren't working on that one at the time, but I remember in the middle of the afternoon, I wanted to take a nap. I'm like, I'm kind of tired, I'm going to take a break. You want to have to do your thing.
Yeah.
So I laid down, kind of started falling half asleep, and of course in that half dream state, sometimes you get the most creative. And I wrote the whole chorus in my head as I'm laying there.
Yeah.
And so then I had to convince myself, like, okay, this actually is good. I have to get up. Dang, I wanted to sleep. So I get up here and then I just start. That's there.
And then I'm like chilling, working in the other room, and I hear, Jaime!
I got
it! So I run out of the room. He plays the chorus for me, and I'm like, no notes. Perfect.
Yeah.
And then we wrote it from there. And interesting, when you're telling the story about the article, we wrote it initially with that intent of like 2 lovers, and then we played it for a bunch of people, and they got the impression from the lyrics that we wrote that it was a father-daughter story. And then listening through it with that frame on it, I kind of loved it even more.
Yeah, we did tweak a few of the lyrics to make it a little more ambiguous.
Yes,
so it could be taken either way. But yeah, and it hits hard both ways, and we're still debating in the music video for this how to approach it, and we might end up going with the daddy-daughter angle because that is so.
You know what it kind of gives me is like Dance with My Father again, but like the prequel.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Or something about like that feel of the song. Whenever I listen to Dance with My Father again, I'm like, I love listening to it so much because it's so beautiful. But then I'm like, ugh, like I'm exhausted by listening to
journey.
it. I feel that way with this song.
When I first played a lot of these demos and stuff to Mia, my dance partner, just showing her what we were doing, she ended the first chorus. She looks at me and says, "Where is he going? Why is he leaving?" Because you think the song, this is kind of nice, and you don't get it until that very line, because I won't be here much longer. Please take care of her for me. Like, oh, that's what's happening.
Yeah, and we wanted to wait until the last line of the chorus to reveal kind of what's going on. But yeah.
Yeah, we're almost scared to do this music video because we want to get it so right. So we're just kind of waiting. So we do have to get this one done, but just get it done well.
Any ideas?
So if you're watching this a year from now or something, hopefully we have the video out. You can go watch it.
That's true.
Yeah. So that was Please Take Care of Me. Oh, and this one too. I got the cello parts really added a lot to the song. Using Sound Better again, I had found a guy who did some great cello arrangements, and I said, I'm not even going to give you anything. Just write what you would feel with the cello in this. He wrote a nice little 3-part arrangement. I tweaked it a little bit, but that was great. And we put that one in there.
The cello's a beautiful, beautiful addition.
Yeah, and I liked having a simpler song on the album too. There's no drums on that. It's just piano and cello.
It's one of my faves.
Cool.
We both win.
Track number 8, We Both Win, featuring who's it featuring?
Me.
Jamie Aaron.
This one was our spicy track on the album. We wanted something that had a little fire, a little flavor. In my head, I was kind of imagining Señorita with Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. That sort of vibe, that slightly Latinish, Cuban sort of rhythm and chord structure, and that heat of the song. And our very first version of the song, too, I think had way more of that Latin vibe, and we kind of said that, okay, this doesn't fit quite right, so we ended up where it's at now. We brought it back.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I feel like when we started it wasn't a duet at first.
I don't remember, maybe. But no, I remember either doing the demo, I remember singing the duet.
Oh, just kidding.
With you right away.
Cut that. But yes, spicy, vibey. Yeah, then we got back different production. Did you do the production?
Some of it. The trumpet player I sent out. Chatham did a lot on this one. I did like the little boom whackers in the background.
Yeah.
He played the clanking guitar. I sent out for the trumpet. I did the bass. The drums, I think, on this one are MIDI drums. The only track that are just MIDI, because we felt this one it didn't need the real drummer.
It lived in that pop realm.
Yeah,
sure.
that pop club sort of vibe.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorites. It's just fun. I really enjoyed listening to this one.
Me too.
The energy's great.
And the music video was so much fun.
Yes.
And I remember thinking before I came here, like, what is the video gonna be like? Because it's such like a sultry sound. But like, if you know our relationship and with the other guys, it's just like goofy. And I'm like, we have to be us. And I feel like,
saying I'm not sultry?
You know what I mean? And I was like, it has to ring true for like what the four of us, like what our vibe is in a room together. And it's just like fun and weird and goofy. And I was like, I really want it to feel like that for the music video. And we're like, how is it gonna work? And
so
we just fucked around.
a lot of these videos. I have to beep that now.
Sorry.
A lot of these.
We just messed around.
A lot of videos, you always kind of think, what are you gonna do with the video?
Yeah.
And for this one, we thought we could do it literal.
Yeah.
Which means then you got to get some kind of club scene. You have to have the actors and actresses play it out, and it's complicated and it's expensive to make that happen.
Yeah.
But then I also saw a video that Reed had done. He showed me. And it was kind of just some people in a white room dancing
like
around,
colors.
and then doing colors and effects on it and stuff. I said, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
What if we did that for the video?
Yeah.
So we set up in Jeff's garage, and it was tough to actually crop out things around the garage, like these, garage door lines and stuff. Can't use that shot. We can see the garage door lines. And then I bought some cool disco lights. I had some of my lights, and then it was just...
Wasn't there like a dolphin on the lights? Like random
Yes,
animals?
my little laser thing
Oh, yeah.
designed weird things behind us.
Yeah.
The little DJ lights I got. And then it was just hanging out and being silly. And singing
and
to
it's
the
like,
friends.
just give me the weirdest you can do. Can I say shit?
Sure.
Is that bleepable?
Go for it.
The weirdest shit you could do. And we were just doing weird shit, and it was hilarious and so much fun. And every time I show somebody the video, they're like, this is like, I wish I was there.
Yeah,
while you were
it's
filming
just
it. That
fun.
was like so much fun. That was a great one.
Yeah, well, we were drinking that night too. I believe we were doing shots.
We were? I
Yes.
thought we popped a bottle of red wine.
No, there was shots involved and drinks.
Was
Drinks.
there?
I mean, you had red wine.
I had red wine.
I was doing
have
shots.
photo evidence of me with a glass
think
of red.
so.
Me and Reed had red.
Yeah,
I think Jeff popped like a nice bottle of red.
I was doing old fashions. So.
Yeah, you were. So it was a really fun video.
Yes, it was. And then my brother was there. Yeah, I think maybe Home Free was down in Tampa or something nearby, and he just came. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. He was hanging out with us for a while.
He was there.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was cool.
Yeah, that's a great song. And I think it's such a different, it's the only one of its kind on the album.
Oh yeah, it's
very
definitely different.
And production-wise too, like you were saying, it's so important for Cypress Fire is like
Amalgamation.
An amalgamation. I was like almost gonna say that. I'm like, is that a word? An amalgamation of all these different genres and feels, and like you stem from a country feel.
Yeah, especially coming out of Home Free.
Home Free.
Yeah, that country vibe. But also, I've done so much in my career with jazz and and gospel music.
Amalgamation.
And pop. Yeah, so many different influences and styles. It's tough to find yourself pigeonholed. That was one of the complaints Home Free had back in the day when we became a country group. Was that, we don't want to do just country. We want to do so many other things.
Yeah, and
but
now you can.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah.
And that was important, I think, for us to show for you guys was the range of your inspirations and what kind of music you love to sing and what you love to listen to, but to kind of pair the ones that are like the pop one and Introvert's Anthem, to kind of have those in that pop realm and the R&B home, but kind of pair it back to where it fits within the world of the album, like how we did with We Both Win. It was like leaning towards like super pop, super like and then we're like, but is this Cypress Fire? Maybe if we like take this out, add this, tweak it a little bit.
I think we had like a super club beat for a while too.
Yeah.
And like, okay, this doesn't fit us really. We're forcing a square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, and it's just like it was like a pencil and eraser. We're like adding things, taking things away, and then
this is the most complicated track on the album. There were so many different instruments and parts involved. The most tracks overall. That way I sent to the mixer.
But that was
Oh,
so
great.
much fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right, moving on. Which one's next?
This actually might be one of my faves.
This is track number, what are we on, 8? Yeah, this is track number 8.
9.
Track number 9.
Yeah. So small, the type.
Yeah, and we're also dark in here. Track number 9 is where this whole project started.
Yes.
So I had met Jaime over a decade ago on a cruise ship to Alaska. Home Free was a guest entertainer, and you were one of the production singers in the cast. And we did a lot of these contracts, so we'd meet the cast every time. We always make friends with them.
I did one. That was the only one I ever did.
We did a lot of
You
these
did a lot.
contracts. And we always meet the cast, and you make friends with a few of them each time.
Yeah.
And most of them, you drift apart pretty quickly. But we had stayed in touch. I remember visiting you in New York once when I was in town with Home Free, and Vegas stayed in touch until it also drifted apart. I'm like, okay, I haven't heard from you in forever. And then you moved to Seattle.
I moved to Seattle.
And what else was in Seattle?
So I moved to Seattle mid-pandemic, 2021, like maybe end of 21, I would say. My man's job is based out there. So we moved to Seattle, and in New York, I did like all original music and was in a girl group, and then that ended. And then I did a lot of original stuff solo in New York. And then when I moved to Seattle, whole new scene, didn't know what to expect, but I'm like, whatever, let's just do it.
Yeah, build
Figure
a
it
new
out.
life out here. Yeah, figure it out.
And I didn't know Seattle has such a big live musician scene, which I had no idea. And I thought, what a great way to kind of jump into Seattle, meet some new people, because I didn't know anybody else there besides Zach for the most part. So I looked up bands online, just like the top bands in the area, and then I just DM'd a bunch of them and said, hey, if you're looking for a sub, call me. And then this one girl got back to me immediately, and we chatted for a while. Her name is Tristan. And we were chatting back and forth, and she came from California to Seattle, me New York to Seattle. So we're like, ooh, let's look on Facebook, see if we have mutual friends. And then I see you and Adam, our mutual friends. I'm like, oh my God, you know the brothers? And she's like, yeah, because I'm the sister. Which was like so crazy because her Facebook name isn't Tristan.
It was Tristan Lee, yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't assume that you were all related.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, oh, you know the brothers? She's like, yes, I've known them for a very long time.
And then she messages me saying, I just ran into this Jaime person, like, you used to work together a long time ago or something. I'm like, oh, I remember her, yeah. And I messaged you, like, hey, it's so cool that you met, blast from the past and random.
Crazy, so random.
And I were asking, like, hey, so what are you doing now? Well, how'd you get up there? And you would tell me you were writing some songs, and you showed me a couple of your songs. I thought, oh, these are actually pretty good.
Thank you.
And I had said, hey, I'm going to be up in Seattle in a month or two or something. Let's all hang out. Let's write something. Let's go down to my sister's basement and we'll just pluck around and see what happens. Just for fun.
And that's where this song was born.
And I had thought of the line of the end of it. Tonight it's Colorado, but maybe home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I said, I have this line of this song. And this is kind of the vision of the song. And then I'll just start playing some stuff. And I just start, I think it was in B flat when I first did it. I started playing that, and then you just start doing your melody humming thing. And I think we wrote the first verse and chorus while we were there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is great. We should finish this. And then we finished it remotely or something.
We finished it remotely. And this is one of my favorite ones. And you were telling me the story of, I think, when you were with Home Free and just the idea of being on the road and always in a different city and the touring life and what you leave behind, what you leave back home. And I just think that's such a great story. And it's a personal story too. So it was really fun to dive into that and write that one together.
Yeah, and this one, when I showed it to the guys too, they were excited about it. We didn't have an album in mind at that point. We just kind of, we had been talking a little bit like, it'd be cool if we did an album, right? I don't know, sure, yeah. And I showed it to Tyler and he's like, oh, this is so great. Then he wanted to write a bridge. Do you remember that? So we put a bridge in there. And it was super like boy bandy or something. It was kind of cheesy. And we said, nope, Tyler, you're wrong. This song does not need a bridge. And we cut it out. Yeah, I didn't even remember that.
I don't remember. Did I hear it?
Yeah, and you throw out some lyrics too. You're always like, let's try it. I don't know.
Yes. And I'm always down to like try. If we can beat it, yes, always. Always down to try. And the collaborative process of writing songs. I do a lot of songs by myself, which is great. But writing with other people is just, it elevates it. You just have two different brains, two different experiences, two different lives, three different, whoever's writing with you. And I just think it brings such a different perspective to each song, which I love.
Yeah, and in that case, it brought the perspective of Tyler was wrong. So yeah, we didn't keep that one. But this was one of the very first song we wrote on the album together. And it started the whole process. Because then, a few months after that's when I said, let's do this. Let's bring you out here. Let's figure it out, and fly you out here, and we'll just have a great week. It was a great week.
And we wrote a lot of songs.
We wrote over a song a day. It was just over a song a day. It was like 8 songs over the 7 days or something.
Yeah, we really did it. We did the damn thing.
Yep, and it was such a fun week.
It was fun.
Yeah.
All right, New York Minute.
New York Minute. Okay, I remember.
I like the lyrics of this one a lot.
Sitting, we were in my garage working out.
Yes.
And I think this is when I brought this one up. So I have this line in my head.
Did you have it before, or did it pop into your head when we were out there?
I don't remember. I had it before that.
You had the idea, and you were ready to trash it.
I was.
And I loved it.
So I had this, for some reason, a New York Minute popped in my head as a phrase, and I thought, Country Mile. I don't think, I was thinking Green Acres, like that kind of vibe of it. And like, how does this even go together? And I said, oh, maybe it's like a story. Like in a New York Minute, I'll be a country mile away or something. Like, okay, that's kind of cute. And then I said it to you, and you loved it right away. And after we talked for a little bit, I was like, nah, this is dumb. This is stupid. Let's give it up.
I loved it. I pushed hard for it because in a New York, and then we kind of played around of how we would phrase it. In a New York Minute, we're separated by a country mile. Like, that is such a line that needs to be used.
Let's tell a story with this.
Yeah, and I'm a New York City gal myself, and you're...
I mean, not New York City kind of person, country-ish.
No, you're in the country-ish world.
Yeah.
So it's fun. We could each kind of write from those perspectives.
A little bit.
And I just love the idea of we were like coming up with this whole backstory if it was like a movie, what it would be like. Like they're on a plane and they look across the aisle, and we really wanted, before we started writing, to really set the scene of what's happening. So we were talking about, oh, she has like this red lipstick on, she's these high stilettos on a plane, and she's looking over and she's this guy with like these muddy
jeans,
boots.
mini boots, and flannel or whatever.
And it's just like that classic like Hallmark movie, you know.
Yes.
And we're like, this is just so much fun. Let's tell the story.
Yeah, and then the whole ship's passing the night a little bit or something. Like they're gonna see each other in the plane, they have a spark, and then that's it. They're gone.
Oh my god.
Never happened.
Like, can the internet universe connect them again?
Hey, wasn't there used to be like personal ads in the newspaper, like missed you on the subway on 74th and 10th or whatever? Were you there? Who were you or something?
I love red lips, red wine, so fine, so fast I fell. I love the like alliteration of that.
And one thing that's kind of neat with this one, the chord structure, it's the same throughout the entire song. Well, the bridge is different, but the verse and the chorus are the exact same chords. So it's exactly the same the whole time.
And it's like, when you see that person, you have no idea who they are, but you're just so enraptured by them, and you start coming up in your own head, like, if we fast forward like a year, 2 years from now, if I actually go up to her and introduce myself, what could our life look like? And like in a New York minute, you're coming up with this whole scenario that could be, and then you just get off the plane and it never happens.
Well, I love the end of the bridge line. Is it all just made up in my mind?
Yes, all just made up in my mind.
So this was also inspired by
a
Dan and Shay song, and I can't remember.
Which one?
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head now. But I remember I had just seen it, and like, oh, I love it. And they had done it acoustically. It was just like the guitar and like a shaker or something. So when I eventually wanted to make the music video for this, I wanted to recreate that vibe. So when we were in Minnesota in September for a show we did in my hometown, we also spent a day out at my guitar player's there, his farm. And we just filmed us hanging out on his farm, just doing, I don't know, nature-y kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And have just stripped everything down. Strip out the organ, the piano, the drums, and just make it guitar and shaker for the video. I really like how it turned out. We were talking about it earlier. Like, we like both versions. They're both neat.
Just different feels.
And I always thought it was kind of neat to do the music video of that. So it's not just the song, normal song.
Love that one.
Yeah. Cool. All right, moving on. Almost the end. Number 11, You Are Loved. Also different. This is the only one that I did not significantly contribute to writing-wise. So You Are Loved was a song that Tyler had written a decade plus ago for a little demo project he had done. And he sent me all the tracks on the album. He said, like, did any of these do anything for you? And I'm like, I don't think most of them fit what we're doing here. Like, maybe this one. But this You Are Loved song, it is kind of catchy. I like the chorus. I like the feel of this. Maybe we could do something with this. But I remember telling him, like, I love the chorus. I hate your verses. I think the verses they're just, sorry, I love you, buddy, but it's not where they need to be. So I said, Jamie, I want to do this song so that Tyler has a big contribution to the album. Let's work on the verses together. So we kept his chord structure for the verses, and then you just came up with something new. And we told a new story with still the theme of what he had for the choruses and everything. And we changed the key a little bit from what he had originally done. And I like the bridge he wrote for this one too, kind of trapped in the bottle or something. And him trying to be a better person and tell his significant other that, I love you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah. I just want you to know you are so loved, even if I'm not quite where I need to be yet. But I just I want you to know that. Yeah, and I love this one too. It's just such a chill, laid back vibe. I remember Chatham helped with this one a lot too, and I think we had talked. So it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Do you want to stay up and work and stuff? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna work on You Are Loved. I said, cool. And I woke up the next morning. He spent like 4 hours.
Wow.
Putting all of it together. He just got in the zone, and just started creating. Awesome. He had the drums and the piano and the bass, all that stuff done. Like, wow, cool. Now we've got a song. And yeah, it's a different vibe from the rest of the album again. It's such this laid back, grooving, chill song, and the chord structures reflect that, and the harmonies reflect that, and yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do with the video. I almost feel like this video is like a lyric video.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I think it's what we'll probably end up doing. I don't think it needs the performance aspect of it as much. Let it just be on the list to get done next year at some point.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. Was it hard for you creating the verses on an already done song, kind of?
No. I enjoyed it because it's just different, but that there was a really solid idea already, and it was just kind of taking that idea and just flipping it around a little bit and just giving a fresh perspective on it since he wrote it a while ago, and to make the song work for the three of you guys instead of maybe just a song that Tyler would release on his own. So I think we kind of shifted a little bit perspective on the story, or just maybe lightened up. I mean, I wish I had like the lyrics.
Yeah, right. See exactly what it was. Yeah.
Because we did this a long time ago. But yeah, changing the perspective a little bit so it fit more of a story that the three of you would tell. But it's nice to come in and see something that's already been created, and it's more like I feel like an editing eye. I'd
like to, since we completely scrapped the verse, you could start. It would be harder probably just to change a line or two.
Yes.
Because then you're kind of trapped within the structure of what was already there. But with completely wiping the slate clean in the verse, you could really go in a lot of different directions.
And I really wanted, with the hook being so solid, I really wanted to switch up the melodies of the verses and make them a little bit more, maybe like unexpected melody patterns and flow. But yeah, I'm really happy how this one came out.
Yeah. All right, we're all the way to the end now. Track number 12, the a cappella version of Home.
Featuring me,
and
Adam Rupp, and Carl Hudson.
Yes, Carl sings bass with the group Voctiv, which is a spin-off of the Voices of Liberty at Disney, and they do a lot of good stuff. They tour as an elite, they're 12-piece maybe. I'm not sure how many people are in the actual touring group, but they do very well, and it's great to have him able to come and sing with us. And
his voice is crazy. It is like the butteriest, deepest, most beautiful thing.
And we alluded to earlier that when Chatham helped arrange this one, he put in his own version of the bass solo that was horribly inappropriate, but funny.
Ridiculous.
I said, okay, great, and then I wrote the actual one we ended up using.
Yeah.
It's kind of this is what I want it to feel like, and yeah, definitely had to start with Baby.
Like Barry White.
Yup. Sexy bass solo. And Carl loved it, and he came in one day and he crushed it, and Jeff and I were here when he recorded it, and we were just like laughing, but also like, this is so good. Yeah, oh, I love it.
Just perfect.
Stop. And it was fun just doing an a cappella track, because Cypress Fire has such an a cappella background. Like all of our little shorts, are 3-part a cappella songs, and we come, well, especially Jeff and I come from major a cappella backgrounds. This is all new to Tyler. And so we wanted to do an a cappella track, and it was neat being able to take a song that we'd already done with the instruments and a different version of it.
You rearrange it.
And it gave us a chance. Bring my brother, and give us a chance to do one with you as well. So that is Open Road, the whole track by track, all 12. Thank you for coming down memory lane with us. It was fun for us to revisit all this stuff.
Thank you for coming down the open road with us.
Whoa, I see what you did there. Yeah. That's pretty good. Yeah. It's so fun to come back to this project and talk about the process for us. It's so great working with such amazing people. Well done, well done.
Put her there, partner.
Can't wait till the next one.
Guys, I'm here. Are we ready to do the start
we are.
Track by track?
Yeah, we are.
Great. Hi, my name's Jeff.
We're just getting started.
Just step out for a second and we'll get you in.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Just tag me in.
All right, great. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this inspires you to go back and listen to the whole album again and watch the videos. Until next time, peace out.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Wait, we're done?